Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today's quick tutorial is all about making pom-poms because I use a lot of them to make beanies, and right now it is fall and I'm going to be making tons of beanies, so I'm going to be making a ton of pom-poms. So in order to not have this video in every single one of my beanie tutorials, here's just a short video for how to make one yourself. So let's get started. So you're just going to grab your yarn and you're just going to wrap it around your hand. So I'm just going to hold it here with my thumb and start wrapping it around. And since I'm going to be making a really tiny pom-pom, because this is going to be for a really tiny baby hat, I'm just going to wrap it around my hands, maybe about 50 to 60 times. The number of times you wrap your yarn around your hand is going to determine how big your yarn is. So the more number of times you wrap it, the bigger your pom-pom. So I'm just going to keep wrapping here. And now that I've wrapped it around several times, I'm just going to cut the end over here and I'm going to pull this off of my hand. Just be sure to not unravel it because this is what's going to give your pom-pom shape. So now cut an extra little piece of yarn. It doesn't have to be too long. Just make sure it's long enough that you can wrap it around a few times and still have a little bit of a tail left over. So just pinch your little ball of yarn, or I guess your little, little wraparound yarn that you just made. And we're going to make a knot in our extra yarn. So see, we're going to tie it up nice and tight, and then I'm going to go and tie it up back here as well. So just make sure you make it really, really tight so that your pom-pom doesn't fall apart. And I'm just going to go ahead and double knot it. Okay, there we go. So now these little tail ends, I'm going to use these to secure the pom-pom to my beanie. So I always have to keep these separate. So now we're going to use some scissors and we're going to be cutting these little folded parts. We're going to just cut through all of them. It's a lot easier when you make a small pom-pom. When you make a big one, you kind of have to work at it a little more. But cut both sides of your pom-pom. There we go. All right, so now we have this awesome mess of yarn. So just make sure you hold on to your two really long ends that you're going to use to secure your pom-pom to whatever you're attaching it to so that you don't cut them. And you're just going to give this little pom-pom a bit of a haircut. Just cut as much as you want. The shorter you cut it, the fluffier your pom-pom is going to be. So it just depends on the look that you want for it. Like I said, this one's going to be really small. So I'm just going to cut quite a bit of it off because I want it to be really small and fluffy. So I'm just going to keep cutting here, and I'm not going to do a fantastic job. This is just to kind of show you guys how to make one. So cut a little bit more. There you go. So see how it's getting all fluffy? So I'll have to go back and just kind of clean this up a bit. It takes a little while to clean it up, but that's okay. So see, we've got a small pom-pom, we've got the little tail ends, and with these, let me just grab my tiny beanie. I'm just going to sew the pom-pom onto the beanie. So I'll just grab my needle, and then I'll just sew it on. And we'll use both of these little ends. So I like to just kind of sew it into the inside, get both of them in, and then just tie them in a knot. Maybe do like a double knot, and then go through and just weave those ends in. But that's it, that's up to you. So that's it, folks, the really short tutorial on how to make a little pom-pom. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Subscribe to the channel if this is the kind of stuff you'd like to see. Give it a like if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, thanks for watching.